To you live from the Lou Costello Room here at Sisimo's Bar in beautiful Baltimore, Maryland. It's Hampden tonight! With our guests, Melissa LaMartina! Chris and comedic act by Salyers. And now, put your hands together and bring to the stage your host for the evening, Michael Furr.
Hello! Thank you so much. So great to be here again. For those of you who are fans of our show, I know we have literally ones of fans on the internet. You might have noticed that I've actually hosted the show once before. We have a revolving cast of hosts. Every week it's someone else. And I hosted the first week. Perhaps you thought I was a very talented mime, but the problem was we did not actually have sound figured out, which is an integral part of the video process, as we have come to learn. Growing pains. It's all growing pains. So I actually did the first one, and unfortunately no one was able to hear my amazing jokes. So I'm gonna just go back in time a couple of weeks, and I'm gonna tell you some jokes from the first episode. How does that sound? Woo! Okay, good. All right, so Mayor Stephanie Rollins-Blake is in the news. A recent poll on Boston street blogs named her the worst mayor in America, which is pretty sad. It's pretty scathing, considering she had to beat out the mayor of Flint, Michigan. She had to beat out 1990s, still addicted to crack era Marion Barry. She beat out Mayor McCheese, John Mayer, and an old great mayor who just ain't what she used to be. It's pretty bad. 30 inches of snow on the ground. No, you know, we're not going to do that. We're not going to go there. Martin O'Malley's running for president. You know, we're gonna skip to the present. We're just gonna skip to the present. After winning in Marco Rubio's state of Florida, as well as Illinois and North Carolina, it seems that Donald Trump is unstoppable to become the candidate on the Republican side for president this year. But yes, exactly. Very boo. Very upsetting. Unfortunately, though, a lot of celebrities are also coming out to endorse him. The most recent crop includes Aaron Carter, Pete Rose, Tia Tequila, and rapper Foxy Brown. Which basically sounds like the cast of a really sad VH1 reality TV show about washed-up celebrities that was perhaps too sad to even be a TV reality show on VH1 about washed-up celebrities. Pretty bad, but you know what? He actually came out and endorsed Pete Rose after he came out and endorsed him. The Donald said he believes that Pete Rose should be put in the Baseball Hall of Fame, which was strange because he had been asked about the economy when he said that. A little odd. Ben Carson also now finally coming out to endorse Trump now that he's no longer running for president, now that he's been offered a spot on the Donald's campaign in his cabinet, and he came out and he said, you know what, he's like, I do endorse Donald Trump. And also, what's the deal with all of these suitcases? They must be really heavy because everyone's always leaving them on the ground and scooting them back and forth, and one of them fell over and popped open and it was all full of money, and that's really a weird place to keep all your money. And what's stuffing a ballot box? I don't know what that is, but it must be a lot of fun because everybody's talking about it all the time. And then he was taken off stage and given a juice box and told to play quietly in the back. Thank you, Ben Carson. Baltimore's own Ben Carson. I don't know if any of you guys heard about this, but recently at the Kellogg cereal factory in Memphis, Tennessee, an employee was filmed with a smartphone urinating on the conveyor belt where they produce Kellogg cereal and snack bars. Yeah, very upsetting. But Kellogg's did come out quickly to their defense to make a public statement. They said, we're very sorry this has happened. We don't stand for this. Good health and good quality is paramount in our brand, and we do in fact understand that that's gross. Unfortunately, though, even though they are getting some negative press about it, they're trying to use it to their advantage. They are launching a few new products this year, including Special P, All Urine Cap'n Crunch, and Honey Bunches of, oh my god, what is that? They claim to not be using this to their advantage, but in a very suspicious move earlier this week, Diggum, the Honey Smacks mascot frog, was replaced with an animated R. Kelly. He's eating in the closet. Eating cereal in the closet. Syrian refugees who had been put up in Canada accidentally were booked to stay in the same hotel as a furry convention. For those of you who don't know, furries are people who wear mascot costumes to have sex. It was very confusing to the people at the convention, and it was also confusing to the Syrian refugees who at first thought the colorful mascots were there to welcome them. And then they quickly realized what was going on and had to say this about it. Really, this is what the fuck is going on here? Really, you're not going to take us and our children into America, but you're going to spend thousands of dollars on conventions like this to have, you know what, ISIS was right, we're going back. Unfortunately, lots of things go on at a furry convention that people don't necessarily want their children to see, but the furries went out of their way to entertain the children all weekend long, and the children really enjoyed it, and apparently a good time was had by everybody. Unfortunately, though, most of the parents were quickly exasperated, trying to constantly come up with more and more reasons why that giant fox is licking that lion's armpits, and why he has 6 nipple clamps on. It's very, very upsetting. Fun fact, by the way, furries, the word that they use for sex, their version of sex, there's 2 of them, it's yiffing or yuffing. That's what they call their version of sex. And what the word people use for watching their form of sex is usually laughing or cringing. Recently in South Africa, a self-proclaimed prophet at the Zionist Christian Church of South Africa decided to challenge the lions at Kruger Natural Park. He prayed to God that he would be spared. He went into a deep trance, started speaking in tongues, and was quickly mauled. Yes, it was very unfortunate. He said, you know, I believed that I would have been saved if I would pray hard enough. And the lion was like, oh my God, that's so funny, because I thought if I prayed hard enough to my lion God, he would send me a human butt to eat. Unfortunately, the lights are in my eyes, and oh yeah, he lost both butt cheeks in the both of his buttocks, unfortunately, in the mauling, as one is wont to do when you are attacked by a lion. He would have probably only lost one of his buttocks, but as a Christian, he had to turn the other cheek. It reminds us, though, and gives extra credence to the ancient African saying that he who chases lions will feed lions. Very true. And also, it gives special credence to the old lion saying, I like big butts and I cannot lie. So I hope you enjoyed a couple old jokes, a couple of new jokes, a couple of good jokes, mostly bad jokes. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We have an amazing show for you tonight. We have guest Melissa LaMartina. Christopher Lawrence, and a hilarious comedy from Mr. Ian Salyers. I'll see you in a little bit over there. People on Periscope, you're really missing out. People on YouTube get to see our lovely DJ, the wonderful David Angeles. You're missing out. So you have to check us out on YouTube at the end of the night. Our first guest joining us tonight on Hampden Tonight is a woman of many talents. She's an actress, she's an artist, she does burlesque. Maybe she was my beard for a few years in high school. Please put your hands together for the beautiful and beguiling Melissa LaMartina. Hello. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good. Sound wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. So let's just get it out in the open. Once upon a time, we called you Missy O'Brien.
That's true.
And maybe you lived up the street from me.
I did.
And maybe we went to high school together.
We did. We went on a date.
Yeah, we did. We went on a date. So on a scale of 1 to the last half hour of Carrie, how was your high school experience?
It was character building.
It was character building. Agreed. Yeah. So we went to high school in Carroll County, in South Carroll High School, which is not necessarily a place you want to go.
No, it's not a place you want to be weird. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were both pretty weird, I think. I think we both had that down. But we were not, I don't think either of us was weird enough to be like part of like the really weird people clique.
No.
Because there were some substantially weird people in our school.
Oh, absolutely.
I remember there was a girl in our school who was goth before anybody knew what the word goth was. And she wore like the white face paint and everything. And it was just kind of like, are you a ghost? Like, did something happen? Yeah, but we got through it.
We got through it.
And here we are. Absolutely. So I think what most people would probably know you as is an actress. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think your biggest claim to fame so far has been Call Girl of Cthulhu?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I know it's gotten quite a lot of play. It's been in like Fangoria magazine and everything.
It was, yeah. So we were in Fangoria. We were reviewed online by Fangoria. Played in, I want to say 20-some festivals internationally. So I was able to go to a couple of screenings and festivals with it. It's really cool.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
And you also work a lot with the Baltimore Rock Opera Society.
I do.
Better known as Bros. We got a lot of Bros in this piece all the time.
Yeah.
Bros. Yes. Thank you. That's right. We love the Bros. And you recently just finished Chrono Shred. Is that right? Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I played a character, Agent Mercury, who was Stardust Laserdong's nemesis in it. Spoiler alert, I ended up with a giant dick at the end of it. And then it got blasted off of me and it flew through space.
20 years too late. She had that giant dick in high school.
Right? I could have with the weird kids.
I know,
I
right?
Be accepted by my people.
No. Your name right now could be Missy Furr. That's terrible. Nobody wants that name. So you're also doing something at the Wind-Up Space May 1st?
Yeah, so May 1st, Andrea Kalfas, who's an amazing illustrator, a really good friend of mine, and I are putting together sort of a May Day Beltane kind of event in celebration of the original Wicker Man. So we're having some bands come out and do covers of some of the songs from the soundtrack. So we're going to have a processional. We're going to try to do a maypole in the Wind-Up Space. We'll see how that works.
Awesome.
We're going to have a photo booth that puts you in the Wicker Man.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. Fully immersive.
That sounds really
Wicker
cool.
Man experience.
But
So,
what if somebody prefers the Nicolas Cage Wicker Man? What are you going to do for those people? Yeah, they can leave the door. I think you should probably beat them. I think is what you should do.
We'll put them in the real Wicker Man.
I think there should be a drinking game too that anybody screams, "Oh my eyes! There's bees in my eyes!" I think everybody should get a shot.
Well, I think we should shame them first and then.
Yes. Everybody gets a shot except them.
Except them. Yeah.
That sounds good. You also have a pretty cool husband. How did you meet your husband?
So I actually met my husband when I was pursuing the role in Call Girl of Cthulhu. A very good friend of mine who I knew from the burlesque community was doing costume designs for it, and she told me about the film project and told me I should audition for it because I'd been doing a lot of theater. So I hit him up on Facebook. Come to find out, he'd already been eyeing me up and creeping on me. So he took that as his opportunity to friend me, start sealing the deal. And then we started working together, you know. I met who would become my father-in-law in a scene. So my father-in-law, before Chris and I were even dating, played one of the Call Girls' clients. So that was cool. And then I went to family dinner a few weeks later and I was like meeting everyone and I'm like, well, we've already met.
Now you've done a lot of burlesque. It seems like you have a pretty seasoned burlesque history.
Yeah, I haven't done it for a while.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like I did what I came to do with that, you know, and was ready to move on from it. I always really liked doing scripted shows though, that had skits and sketches and burlesque, so I'd do one of those again, but...
What was the craziest outfit you wore? Because I've seen you dressed up with everything from like popcorn.
Yeah, I think that might have been
so
the wildest one. And trying to get up the steps with Autobar in that thing. Because, you know, my arms were up here, I was in a corn, and wearing like, you know, 5 to 6 inch heels. And then I got there and I was like, oh, I made this awesome costume, I'm all set to go. And then I was like, oh, fuck, I totally forgot that the Autobar steps are like you're going through like a tiny tunnel to get up on the stage. So I just kind of like shot out there as a corn and did nothing.
But it's all for your art.
It's all for my art.
That's right, absolutely. And any art that involves nipple tassels is where it's at.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the thing, like Baltimore's actually a really good city for burlesque. I think there's a lot of burlesque here.
Yeah.
But here's my problem with some burlesque. I don't think a lot of people get the performance part of it because a lot of times I'm watching, like I have a lot of friends who are like, come to my burlesque show. I'm like, great. And you know, and I'm like, Do you think this is funny? Because it seems like you're taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you take it seriously, that's fine, but like, I don't...
If you take it seriously,
like,
I think if you take it seriously, it should be really beautiful.
Exactly.
And the problem is that you have people who are kind of like riding that line where they're just kind of like, I want to do burlesque. And it's like, if you're going to do classic burlesque, you need to be like on point. Like every beat perfect, like costume gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then my thing was always like theater and comedy burlesque. I was like, well, how can I tell a story in 3 minutes where it makes sense that I'm getting naked at the end and not just like, oh, no, I'm naked.
Yeah.
My favorite though that I did that actually got me the attention that I needed for Cowgirl Cthulhu was I performed at a fundraiser for the movie. And I did my Lady Macbeth routine where I come out and I've killed someone and I keep finding more blood. So of course I have to keep discarding clothing because it's covered in blood. But then I'm naked and there's blood all over my tits and you can't.
Fantastic. Well, you're absolutely great. And if anybody wants to find out about this performance on May 1st in the Wind-Up Space, where can they go?
We'll have an event page set up soon as we continue to kind of put together our advertising for that.
Super.
So, yeah.
Do you have social media you want to plug?
I'm just like, I'm not on Twitter or anything.
Yeah.
If you want to follow me on Instagram, I take pictures of dogs I see and stuff, you know.
I saw a very cute picture of somebody's office dog, and I don't know what office it was, but I love that dog.
Right, yeah, no, it's great. Like, so if you want to see some
tap.
cute dogs and like, you know, dumb stuff that I see.
I'm in.
Hey.
Yeah. That was the original name of the show, is Dumb Stuff and Dogs. And
cool, I like it. I'd watch that show.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. It's always good to see you, and it's especially good that neither of us has to go to our high school reunion to see each other.
Yeah.
Because fuck that place.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Please put your hands together one more time for Melissa LaMartina. And now we're going to take a very short commercial break, and when we come back, maybe we'll have something fun for you. Welcome back. So the first time I hosted the show was right after David Bowie had passed away, and I wanted to do a loving tribute to him. I'm a huge David Bowie fan, and I, really thought it would be something special if we could, maybe just talk about him, talk about different ways that he had inspired us. Because I know a lot of other people on the crew were also really affected by his death. And the more I thought about it, I was just like, what is the best way to pay tribute to someone who died? And I thought January 16th, was the day he died. Maybe we could have that turned into like a national holiday or something. I think that day will forever be synonymous with David Bowie's life and legacy and his music. And I just think we should all try to get.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
Who are you?
First of all,
yes.
I will tell you who I am.
Okay.
First of all, David Bowie and myself died on January 10th.
10th. Oh,
not
10th.
January 16th.
Oh, okay.
Second of all.
Yeah.
Second of all, I died at 11 p.m.
Yes.
Still nobody remembered that I was dead. Literally, I was decomposing in my kitchen. My cats found me. And then my wife. After she went to a David Bowie tribute.
Oh, I'm really sorry. She must have been a big fan.
Well, so was I, but you know what? Sometimes when you really love somebody, you want something back.
Yeah.
You want it back.
Yeah.
You want it back. And you know what? I didn't try so hard in the 60s to be his roadie so I could get some of that ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heaven knows I married Muriel because she looked like Ziggy Stardust, okay? I was really trying. And you know what? I'm also pissed off because I couldn't go to his tribute because I was fucking dead.
Oh.
I was dead.
Right.
My cat was eating my ear at the time.
So can we just back up a little bit? So you're some sort of ghost?
Yeah. I'm upset I have not gone to the lights of the underworld because I'm in limbo.
Oh.
Because I am not okay with this.
Oh.
I am in unrest.
Oh.
Okay?
I'm sorry. Is there anything I can do about it? Is there anything I can do to help your mortal soul find peace?
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I always wanted to find the light.
Oh,
you know?
sure. Yeah.
I always wanted to find the light, listening to the ground control to Major Tom song.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I literally wanted to hear the countdown, and by the end, I would have been freed from this earthly vessel, and I would fly like the unicorn with wings that I am.
Okay. Well, I don't necessarily know if I can help you with any of that tonight, but I do appreciate you coming and visiting us here at the show.
This is a show?
Yeah. It's a talk show. We were talking about David Bowie, and you just sort of.
Oh my God!
Came in.
Am I famous? Am I famous? Are people seeing me? Is that a camera? What's going on?
Probably not.
You know what? I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna take this win.
Great. All right.
I'm gonna take it.
Great. And move on to the afterlife?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm so glad we could help you.
Hold on.
Yeah?
Hold on.
Yeah.
I hear Muriel.
Yeah?
She's saying, Morty, put your pants on. We have company. Oh my God, it's her. All right, hold on. I hear her. I think I should go over there. Oh, there we go. I can smell the matzo balls.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
Wow, I'm really sorry that Muriel apparently also died since the in between when David Bowie and he died. That's really sad. So we're gonna take a commercial break, and yeah, we'll be right back. Tonight we have an amazing comedic performance for you from actually a former host of Hampden tonight. He runs the open mic here at the Charm City Comedy Project every Friday night at 10:30, as well as the very successful series of shows starring Dem Comedy Boys. Comedy Boys. Please put your hands together for the hilarious Mr. Ian Salyers.
Yeah! Hey guys! Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Did you guys... What were the tickets to get in? Like $20, $25? You guys Groupon though, right? You guys are Grouponers. I know it. Are you guys Grouponers? Do you Groupon a lot? Woo! If you guys are unfamiliar with Groupon, Groupon is like infomercials for white girls that you look at their phone too much. Because it's stuff you would never ever need. Never in your life would you need this, but what a deal. What a savings. My best friend's girlfriend came to me one day and she said, hey Ian, would you be interested in taking karate classes with us? And I said, no, I'm an adult. I don't care how good the deal is. If I'm going to put on pajamas and fight children for a belt, I'm going to go ahead and start my own child WWE ring. That's way more fun, and honestly, every time I tell this joke, it sounds like a better and better idea. Enjoy me while you got me, Baltimore. My other friend, he bought he went on Groupon and he bought a cuckoo clock. A cuckoo clock. I asked him why he bought the cuckoo clock. He says, oh, it's for my girlfriend's parents. They're obsessed with cuckoo clocks. He said obsessed. That's troubling. Is that not a troubling obsession? I'm troubled. What is going on in the mind of the person obsessed with cuckoo clocks? That's a harrowing experience. Let's go there, shall we? Oh, man. It's really rough just hearing the sounds of my own mind going insane all day. You know, just constant screams and the sounds of my mother telling me I'm going to die alone. If I could just get any sort of break from that. Just once an hour for like 30 seconds. Even if that break comes in a form of a bird yelling cuckoo at me, mocking my own mental illness, it would just make my day. Normally I would buy all the cats. I would just say, hey, do you have all the cats? I'll take them. But, you know, everything I love dies in my arms. So I guess it's cuckoo clock season. I told that joke for my friend and his girlfriend. His girlfriend said, my parents own one cuckoo clock. The first thing I will say, one cuckoo clock, too many. Too many cuckoo clocks. If you own one, you're really messing up. Two, I love how that guy determines who people are. He just walks into their house and he's like, I saw a fridge, I saw a cuckoo clock. I know two things about these people. They're obsessed with food, they love cuckoo clocks. I live with my mom. I feel like I didn't have to tell you guys that. I feel like you guys have eyeballs that work. On a scale of 1 to 10, can you tell my mom bought this shirt for me? My mom said to me the other day, she said, hey Ian, you know, our bedrooms are pretty close together. What are you going to do when you bring a girl home? I said, first of all, I love the confidence. I love that on Friday night when I'm out, you're just scrambling around the house like, oh, what am I going to do when Ian brings all these bitches home? But we're going to pump the brakes on that. We're going to cross that bridge when we get there, okay, Mom? How did I get this girl, this hypothetical girl that I picked up at the bar? How? Doing this? No way. I'll get that girl in the door first, and then I'll wonder about specifically where all this magic is going to go down. Until then, I will add that to the very long list of very real problems that I got to solve right now. You know, very real problems in my life, like, boy, I'm running out of wall space to hang up all these degrees I keep getting. All these high-income potential college degrees I keep getting. You know, real problems, things I have to deal with. Things like, oh man, I just don't know what to spend all this stand-up comedy money on. New car, new house, which first? You know, real problems in my life, like where am I gonna have sex with all these girls? Where? They're beating down my door every day. Hey Ian, can you bring us all some of that good dick you're slinging? What I'm trying to say is life is struggle. Do you guys like rap music?
Yeah.
Any aspiring rappers in the crowd? I have a note. Any aspiring rappers watching right now, I have a note for you. Check your numbers. Rappers throw numbers around like they're nothing. Like, rap math is so confusing to me sometimes. Like, they're like, Chance the Rapper, I don't know if you guys know Chance the Rapper, he's a real young guy. One of his early mixtapes, he was singing about being suspended from high school. And the lyric goes, I got suspended for chiefing 100 blunts, 400 minutes. Chance, you smoked 100 blunts. And you just got suspended? What are you complaining about, dude? That is objectively way too many blunts. Chance, if you had smoked 5 blunts, that would have been way too many. You smoked 100. Go home. You can go home and smoke all the weed you want. You smoked an ounce in the bathroom. You gotta go, man. Kanye West has a song about him and 30 white bitches. What are you gonna do with 30 white bitches, Kanye? What? How many dicks do you got? Tell me. At best, you can have sex with 4 women at once, and that's not even good. One of them is just getting like a boob rub, just like a titty grazing. It's like, I see you. There's no real estate for you over here. Wait your turn. And then you just have 26 white bitches just milling about. Taking numbers like it's the fucking deli. You know they're going to be tweeting about you, Kanye? Oh, I wonder how many fingers we can fit in his butthole today. That's right. I want people to tweet it out. I'm calling Kanye out. He's saying, oh, I don't like fingers in my butthole. It's 2016. Admit it like the rest of us. I'm Ian Salyers. You guys are beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thanks, friend Ian. Well, the tables are turned. You're on the other side of the table now.
I didn't realize how close, like, they were.
Yeah, I know, right? You were the host of this show, and you had Mike Quinlan on. It was a pretty good interview. I think that was that went really well. I'm not nearly as good of an interviewer as you, so we're probably just going to sit here in like uncomfortable silence for a while.
I put my glass on the ground because I thought it was like a power move, and it made me look too above you, and I don't want you to feel that.
I don't want to kick it over because I'm very It's better. It's real glass. So.
It's how everybody knows that I run shit.
That's right. I got big stupid feet, so watch out.
You do. I noticed that. Like you have some big dumb stupid feet.
I do. I step on people a lot.
Like when you say step on people.
Yeah.
Like people's feet, or like people on the ground, or we talking trampolines?
A little bit of each.
A little bit of each.
Yeah. I used to go to a lot of raves, and I would often step on people who were like sitting on the floor trying to have a nice massage, and I would just like totally just crush their crotch.
Is that
a lot of friends that way?
Is that what goes on at raves? Just sitting down on the floor? I want to go.
Before people had smartphones, that's what went on at raves. Yeah. Now I'm sure there's a lot of people ignoring each other. Just swiping. Yeah. A lot of swiping right.
Boy, I hope somebody has DTF at this rave.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very unlikely. I went to a club, and it was my first time I had ever done drugs. It was the first time I ever kissed a boy, and the first time I ever had sex with a boy.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You went from kiss to have sex all in one.
And they were not the same guy.
They were not the same guy.
Yeah! Get it! I was much sluttier around with hair.
I saw some pictures of you with hair, and it's
something.
You look like you should be in the 70s. You look like you belong in bell bottoms.
And I owned bell bottoms. I bet I did. Yeah. I still wear bell bottoms to this day, but now that I'm bald, I'm scared if I wear like bell bottoms and polyester, people will just think that those are my clothes.
Yeah.
And I haven't bought new clothes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like old enough to still be wearing bell bottoms.
That guy's really holding on to his youth.
Yeah. You should go to H&M. You can get like 10 shirts for like 20 bucks.
I saw a picture of you, like a younger you with hair, and like literally my first thought was, what a terrible toupee. What a terrible wig that was.
For the last like 8 years that I had hair, it was just a comb over.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was strategically placed. It wasn't a comb. It was strategically positioned.
Was there like a year there? Did you have like a Bruce Willis year where like everybody knew but nobody said?
Yeah. No, and the worst part is people did say, and I was like, I'm just gonna trust in the faith that this looks really good.
You don't get Bruce Willis respect. I'm gonna.
No. I get like John Malkovich respect, maybe.
Okay, that's pretty well respected. He got asked back for Red 2,
but he was not respected for his looks.
True.
Yeah.
You know that even what did a young John Malkovich look like? I imagine he looked like you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Again, I'm really socially dominating you in this interview.
Let me ask you a question. So, what's next for Ian Salyers?
Just taking over the world. Dem comedy boys. We're just taking over the world. We're tri-state. You're doing a lot of eyebrow moves to me. You're getting me back. Now I feel very. I don't know how to take it. All right. Yeah, you got me next for me. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to. Maybe one day I'll get paid like $30 to perform comedy.
That's the dream.
Yeah. I'll top it.
I know. So far this year in comedy, I have made upwards of $28.
The first time I ever got paid in comedy, I was doing a contest, and the contest ended in a tie of votes. So I went to a clap-off. If you've ever been part of a clap-off, it's awful.
It's worse.
It's really it's like you're like a bad high school dream. It's like, hey, everybody who likes this guy, raise your hand. Everybody who doesn't like you, like you hear them clapping for the other person who's saying, I don't like you.
Yeah.
It's really, and then it was so close, we did it 3 or 4 times.
Oh. It's not at all traumatizing.
No, yeah, it was literally like I don't want it, and then we wound up splitting it, and so it was a $75 prize. I got $37.50. It was dope, but like I would have taken the 30 and given the other person 35 to have not been given. He broke a dollar bill to pay me.
I like at the end of a show when I get paid in like a sweaty, crumpled up, sort of like collecting tips from around the bar kind of wad. That's my
Do they
favorite.
give you like the heavy handshake?
Yeah, I get the heavy handshake, and then there's usually like also like a flyer for something in there too, like come and check me out next week when you're not here.
Yeah, just pay you. Hey,
Yeah, you
know
can bring this back. Yeah.
Bring the money back.
Exactly. Plug all your social media for us, so everybody can find it.
I got like I once tipped a waitress, so I like forgot to leave the tip, and she was at the table, and I tipped her directly with the heavy-handed handshake. It was the most awkward experience of my life. I just want to share that. Plug in things. This is live. Sunday the 20th. I will be headlining High Tops. That's going to be really cool. The 24th, I will be at the Comedy Factory. The 31st of this month, I will be at the Crown. Chris Hudson show. I heard you had a really good set last
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh man, I'm excited.
It was fun.
And then every Friday, I'm here at the Charm City Comedy Project. Every Friday at 10:30, hosting the open mic.
That's right.
It's been going really well.
It has been going really well. It's the best Friday night open mic in the city.
Like maybe the only. So.
Man. We'll go with best. Well, thank you so much, Ian Salyers, for being our
Thanks so much for having
Of course,
me.
you're so awesome. And, you know, that was our show. Please put your hands together one more time for the beautiful Melissa LaMartina. Media. It's Michael C. Furr, Furr with 2 R's, like Furr, but with an extra And you can see me. Later tonight at Coco Lane in Ellicott City. You can see me next week at the New Deal in Greenbelt, Chris Lawrence's show. You can see me next week right here at Brutal Mania, and all of the above. Please check us out on all of our social media, Hampden tonight. And thank you so much for joining us, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Good night, hun.